Hi, it's Marielle, Mom and a Girl with Plans, and this is the cherry on top YouTube hop for the month of September, and this month is Creative Chaos. So I decided I was going to use a bunch of distressed inks in all like blues and greens and some other just, whatever I find, right? Some fun tools, these watercolor pencils, some walnut ink, some paste, just anything fun, and kind of create just a mess and then use it in my planner. I didn't want to do this directly onto my planner because I knew it would make a big mess and I'm not really sure what it would do to the paper. So I got some sticker paper. I figured this way, when I create on the sticker paper, I would have kind of this fun background that I can use and cut up in different ways and put it in my planner that way. So I'm going to go ahead and just get started. I'm going to speed this part up because it was a long process for me. But what I did is I took the different inks and a blending brush and just kind of dipped it in and rubbed around pretty much at random all throughout the page. I was a little bit worried if it would mess up, like the adhesive or anything, but it seemed to do just fine. But I went in with all of the different greens and the colors that I had and just kind of dabbed and pressed and blended just to kind of give it, well, definitely a chaotic look, but just to give it a fun blended look. And then I even took some of the stamp pads and tapped them on just for fun. And I got the watercolors out and just scribbled and then added a little bit of water and kind of blended that out, just to give it a little bit of a different texture and look. And then I made some dots and little V shapes, just, I don't know, for fun. And I kind of went with that, grabbed that walnut ink. I didn't like it that bright, so I kind of dabbed it. Now I got the paste out, and I wasn't sure how this was going to go, but I actually really liked it. And so I'd say haphazardly put it around and kind of, I got it kind of in a lot of different places, but this bright green paste was a lot of fun. Then I went in with a stamp of white, but you honestly couldn't really see it. So I went back and also did a little bit of a black stamp and just kind of put little dots everywhere. And then went in with a white gel pen. Okay, this is where it got a little crazy. I added some iridescent embossing powder. Got the glue gun out. The heat gun. Now, the heat gun did kind of seem to curl the edges a little bit, but it seemed fine. Then I wanted to darken up those dots because adding that iridescent powder really just kind of dulled them. All right, now it was time to get my planner pages out. So I used my vertical and I'm going to measure the size of a box because I know I want to cut out that shape, kind of like a full box. And it was 1.5 by 2.5. So once I had that, I was ready to go. I've got my page. And again, since it's sticker paper, it's going to be pretty easy to use. So I got the cutter out and I went ahead and cut a row of these out because I knew I would, use more than one. And we'll see what other ways I decide to use this page, but having it on sticker paper makes it so much easier to use and utilize in other projects because I can use it kind of anywhere. And then I just wanted to make sure I've got that right. Yep, it looks like it's going to fit. And then go ahead and cut the rest of it. I don't normally use that iridescent, the iridescent glittery embossing powder. I haven't used it in a while, and I feel like I had embossing powder everywhere after this, but the results are worth it, right? I really like how it kind of gave that sheen to those stars with the green. It kind of toned down that lime green. I mean, if you can tone down lime green, but it kind of just gave it a little bit of a different look. And originally I wasn't going for like a cosmic look, but it kind of does. So I've cut out a few of the boxes, and then I think I'm going to cut maybe, I'm trying to see, like some 1/2-inch strips. I might be able to use these kind of like faux washi, or, oh wait, reminder to hold down your item when you're trying to cut. Realize that I kind of went a little wonky on that one. So let me grab some scissors and just kind of, let's cut that off and start over, right? Another reason I'm glad I was doing this on a separate piece of paper rather than my actual project. So I've got that done, and I'm going to go ahead and just keep cutting this down. And I may not use this at all, but I like to have just other options handy. And I think, well, can I cut this last piece? I'll just kind of lay it down. There we go, yeah. So now I've got a couple of just little 1/2-inch strips that I can see how I use those in this project. Now I've got my chaotic pieces cut out, and I've got the boxes, and I'm thinking I just kind of want to do a couple of full box spreads. That sticker paper made it super easy to adhere to the page. I was trying to make sure that I had a little tip on there of paper still. There we go. Now it'll stay down. All right. Move some of that glitter. And then I think I'm just going to put one here, and I like to place everything kind of out and visually see. And I didn't want it to go like too much in a row, so that's why I went on the very top, the very bottom, and then one right in the middle column there. Okay. And I always have such a hard time, there we go, getting that sticker paper off. Perfect. And this was a matte kind of waterproof vinyl, which I know sounds crazy, but it actually works really good for using all of these inks because it didn't kind of eat up the paper. And then I wanted to add some boxes, and I used some Happy Planner stickers. Some of these are pretty old, and as I was flipping through my stash, I found colors that matched with the greens, and even some that were the greens and blues, so it's kind of perfect. So I used some of these older rounded boxes, and then I went in with traditional boxes, and I overlapped, creating kind of a layered look on these pattern boxes that I created. And then I added some more. One of the ways that I kind of keep my week from becoming chaotic is using boxes to write down the important things in the week so that they stand out kind of amongst this chaos. Next, I wanted to add some washi, and I love kind of this black and white bold stripe. So I added it in threes, and notice I'm adding it kind of above where I want it because I know I'm in a layer kind of 3 here. So I'm going to add some of this blue scallops underneath, but I'm saving a space for another pattern to come in and something maybe a little lighter to tie this in together, like I think a softer teal. So I've got my scallops down, and then I'm going to try this teal with it's got silver little dots on it to add some kind of pattern. And then I grab this sticker book and grab some quotes out. And they're in the same color family. So we've got 2 little fun inspirational quotes, one for each page. So I thought that would be good. Next, I grabbed some ink, and I'm going to cover this box up so I don't kind of stamp on it, kind of creating a barrier there. And I was going to let's just go for it and stencil directly onto the page because, why not? I don't normally, stencil in my planner. It's kind of something new I've done lately. I haven't used one of these kind before with a little pattern. So I'm a little unsure of how this is going to turn out. And I didn't want the whole stencil, so I'm only doing a couple stars and circles. So let's see. Oh, okay. It's pretty cute. I'm going to do it on this other side. Wait, don't forget to put down something. I'm putting this right over the box. It's the back sticker backing from the pattern boxes we created. So I'm just covering up that sticker so that I don't get the ink onto the sticker, and it kind of looks like it was there underneath. So I've got some of those little half stars. Okay, I'm getting, it's probably getting on this box, but above it, but we're just going to go with that. So I'm just kind of tapping into a couple of the surrounding stars and maybe some of these little circles. All right. And there we go. So now we've got that. And then I wanted to add a little bit more, let's add to the chaos. So I added some different stars in black. Just, some little diamond shapes. I love little twinkly type things. So I just kind of haphazard added just different types of stars, maybe some X's, and again, it's kind of chaotic but fun, right? And I always have to stop and really look at what I'm doing and just see, are there any gaps or any holes I want to add in? All right, I looked back at the washi and I decided that I wanted to use some more of the pattern I created. So I cut it a little bit, there we go, thinner, and used some of the washi strips that I had cut originally. So I took off that teal washi, and it did work, but I felt like I wanted that pattern just a little bit more, just the softer colors. And since we created that, why not? Let me add this extra little piece right there. Okay, and then time for a little bit more doodling. I just kind of added it around, and I think I'm done. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to check out all the videos on the Hop for a chance to win a gift certificate. And I hope you have an amazing week ahead.